morning. Welcome back to the homestead. Glad you could make it. One thing that I'd like to get done is get my little Kubota tractor going. I got to get the tires aired up because yes, they keep going flat. And then unhook the big mower, the brush mower that's on the back, and hook up the blade that's on it. That way I can push some dirt around over there where they put in that septic tank. Anyway, I have the battery charger on it now. I need to find my little air compressor and get the tires aired up. My big air compressor, I'm afraid, has got an issue. I could look at that quickly and see if it's something simple to fix. I don't know. It seems to be stuck in the bleeding off air part. I thought it was just the cold air valve, so I replaced it twice. Even plugged it off because it just kept leaking from there, but that's clearly not the problem. I clearly don't understand exactly how these things work. After thinking it through a little more, it's like, oh, there's got to be some kind of electronic or some kind of air pressure switch or something that bleeds off the air so that there's not air pushing on the piston the whole time. Anyway, I can look at that and see if it's something I can fix very quickly. If not, then I need to find my little air compressor. It's in there somewhere. It has to be. And get the 3 tires aired up. Anyway, sure appreciate you watching. Let's move on. All right, good news. Fix the air compressor. Wasn't much to fix. It's just one of the little sensor air lines popped out. Unscrewed it, stuck it in, screwed it back on. Works fine. Yay, got the air compressor. Now to air up those tires. These new style battery chargers have a brain in them that tells them if it's below, I don't know, 6 volts or something, it won't charge the battery. I don't understand. What's the point? Just charge the dang battery. How hard can it be? Okay, we've got the battery on boil. We'll leave it on there for a little bit and we'll come back and see if we can start this thing. Meantime, I'm going to unhook the brush hog on the back. Okay, well, that battery's still too dead. So sad. I'm not sure what else to do right at the moment. One thing I should do is pressure test that hose I fixed this morning. Garden hose, that is. I was pulling it last night and it pulled the end right off of it. So I ran to town this morning and got a new end for it, put it on. Haven't put the pressure to it, so maybe we'll do that. Well, the hose I fixed leaked because the washer's too flat in here. This has too short a screw-on nub, so I'm going to add another washer. Okay, well, you saw it before I did. Can't really get it much tighter than that. I am going to move it though. This is the area we're going to be working in, so I can't have it getting wet. Brenda pointed that out. She's right. Anyway, so I'm going to move the hose where it's not going to bother. Then we'll put the water to it and see if it leaks again. Okay, got the garden hose fixed. Got it stretched out to the garden, which is where a garden hose should be, I suppose. Anyway, I'm going to go back over to the tractor, see if it'll start, or see if we need to let it charge more. Got to turn the glow plugs on. Okay, it runs and drives. Now we got to take it over and hook up the blade. All right, well, I'm not sure the camera was on when I talked to you on the other side of the yard, so I'm going to do it again. All right, so we got it over here. It's running. Everything seems to be fine. Topped off the coolant levels, that kind of stuff. Hydraulic levels, a little on the low side, but I think it'll be okay. However, one thing you'll notice, or may have noticed, is that that bush hog, that mower that was on the back of it, is about 1 foot too wide. It's about a 3 foot wide tractor. I don't know, that's a 4 or 5 foot wide mower. And it's a beast for that tractor. Yeah, I don't know how it does it. It manages to sling it around okay, but it's hard on the hydraulics and the clutch, because this is a manual transmission tractor. You'll also notice that this blade I'm going to hook up is about 1 foot or so too wide as well. Also a little too heavy and moves a little more dirt at a time than that tractor really wants to. It is what it is. They both came with the tractor. So, and I'm new to this tractor world, or especially was new to this tractor world a couple of years ago when I bought it. And now I know I need to find something else. A good friend of mine, you know who you are, came from a farming family, and they had tractors and everything. He said, Lee, you should have bought a little bit bigger tractor and one with a loader on it. Yes, yes, yes. All above yes. But I have this one, so it's going to have to do the trick for now. A friend of mine is going to loan me a tractor. I don't know if it's any bigger than this one or not, but it does have a loader on it. He's came by and offered it a couple of times, so I'm going to take him up on it when it comes to moving this big dirt pile. But for now, I'm just going to try to move some dirt around and get some things smoothed out. Mostly sand, some clay. Let's just see how it goes. But right now, let's hook up that blade. Well, I'm not a professional dirt worker. That's obvious. I don't have the best equipment to do it. That's obvious too. But I'm doing the best I can. And I think it's getting a little better. I mean, obviously fine tuning is going to have to be done with a rake, because when the hydraulics are sitting there fighting you, they bleed off real quick. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if it's a valve issue or what. But anyway, you just got to play with it. But I'm going to go grab a bite of lunch and I'll be back at it. Alrighty, now that I've gotten off the tractor and walked around and seeing what kind of stuff I did with the tractor, I've realized that most of the dirt that I've moved is sand. And sand is not going to cut it for leveling that ground. I can't seem to dig into the clay very well with that. There's not enough weight on it. But the sand for sure is not going to work. So I'm going to take the tractor and I'm going to push all that sand that I scraped up and push it into the sand pile. We'll utilize it for something else. But yeah, so that's where we're at. I'm going to have to run the tractor over real fast, check the air in the tires. That's it for me and the tractor today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on the homestead. God bless you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share with your friends. Bye now.